Never Let Go is a 2024 American survival horror thriller film directed by Alexander Aja and written by Kevin Coughlin and Ryan Graspy. The film stars Halle Berry, Percy Daggs, Anthony B. Jenkins, Matthew Kevin Anderson, Kristen Park, and Stephanie Levine. Never Let Go premiered at the Regal Times Square in New York City on September 16, 2024, and was released in the United States by Lionsgate on September 20, 2024. The film received mixed reviews from critics. Plot: a woman, credited as Mama, and her two young children, Nolan and Samuel, live in a cabin in a large remote forest. According to Mama, a supernatural force known as the Evil has spread across the world, causing it to end and leaving them the only survivors. Mama is besieged by visions of supernatural entities that her sons cannot see but believe are real. The family spends their days foraging and hunting for food. In order to prevent the evil from touching them, which Mama says ensures possession, the family must have ropes tied when they leave the house, connecting them back to the building. The boys must also chant a daily prayer to the house in thanks for it keeping them safe from the evil. While out foraging one day, Samuel and Nolan get into an argument until Nolan steps on Samuel's rope, causing Samuel to fall, get disconnected from his rope, and break his ankle. Nolan unties himself to try and rescue Samuel before the boys are rescued by Mama, who encounters the evil in the shape of her mother, although her children do not see it. As Samuel recovers from his fall, Nolan, who has started to disbelieve his mother's claims, questions him on what he saw, but Samuel dismisses his suspicions. Nolan's doubts continue to grow. A brutal winter forces the family to use up a large amount of their stockpiled food, resulting in them being unable to grow or hunt any new food. Meanwhile, Mama's visions intensify, including seeing the boy's father and her husband, whom she killed, along with her own mother and father, as well as that of a mutilated Nolan. Sensing discontent from her sons, Mama tells them about her old life in the city and shows them an old Polaroid camera with one photo left. Now fully out of food and forced to eat tree bark, Mama states that they need to kill and eat the family dog. Nolan is horrified, and when Mama takes the dog into the greenhouse to kill him, he cuts Mama's rope and locks her inside, hoping she will see the evil is not real. Instead, Mama encounters the evil in the form of her mother, committing suicide in front of Nolan. Samuel blames Nolan for causing Mama's death. As they continue to starve alone, Samuel's behavior becomes more erratic and threatening. Using the extra free rope from his mother, Nolan travels further out of the woods and finds an empty road. Returning to the house, he encounters a hiker who has heard his calls for help. As the hiker grows increasingly concerned over Nolan's story and living conditions, Samuel confronts him with a crossbow. Although Nolan and the hiker try to de-escalate the situation, Samuel shoots the hiker. Nolan follows the hiker as he calls 911 and dies before retrieving his backpack filled with food. That night, a young girl arrives at the property claiming to be the hiker's daughter and confronts Samuel. Noticing that Samuel has her father's torch, she flees as he chases after her. The girl reveals herself to be the evil and manages to touch Samuel. Back at the house, Samuel, now seemingly possessed and exhibiting the same erratic behavior as Mama, tries to kill Nolan. Samuel sets the house on fire as Nolan is confronted by the evil in the form of Mama. Nolan drags Mama into a small crawlspace in the house that gives shelter to the pair of them from the fire. The evil sheds Mama's skin to reveal a snake-like creature that dissipates as Nolan hugs it. The fire burns the house down, and Samuel takes the last photo with the Polaroid. Paramedics arrive and retrieve Nolan from the remains of the house. As he is flown away, Nolan asks where Samuel is and sees that he too has been rescued. The helicopter reaches civilization, revealing that Mama was lying all along. Samuel quietly whispers to Nolan, "She loves me more." As the Polaroid he took is shown, revealing the evil is still touching him. Cast Halle Berry as Mama, Percy Daggs as Nolan, Anthony B. Jenkins as Samuel, Matthew Kevin Anderson as the stranger, Kristen Park as paramedic, Stephanie Levine as the evil production. In August 2020, Kevin Coughlin and Ryan Graspy's horror script Motherland was acquired by Sean Levy's company 21 Laps Entertainment, with Lionsgate Films set to distribute. In April 2021, Mark Romanek was hired to direct the film. 5. The following month, it was announced that Romanek left the project and Alexandra Aja was set to direct, with Halle joining the cast. In June 2022, Lionsgate sold the international rights to multiple companies during the Cannes Film Festival. 7. In April 2023, Percy Daggs of 4 and Anthony B. Jenkins joined the cast of the film, which had been retitled Never Let Go. 8. In May 2024, it was revealed that Matthew Kevin Anderson, Kristen Park, and Stephanie Levine were added to the cast. 9. Principal photography took place in Vancouver, British Columbia, from April 17 to June 2, 2023. 10. Rob Coudert composed the film's score. The world premiere of Never Let Go was held at the Regal Times Square Theater in New York City on September 16, 2024. It was shown as a gala screening on the opening night of Fantastic Fest on September 19, 2024, 14, and was released theatrically in the United States on September 20th, 15. It was originally set for September 27th, taking over the original release date for Saw box office. In the United States and Canada, Never Let Go was released alongside The Substance and Transformers 1 and is projected to gross $4 to $7 million from 2,667 theaters in its opening weekend. The film made $1.6 million on its first day, including $360,000 from Thursday night previews. It went on to debut to $4.5 million, finishing in fourth critical response. On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, 62% of 73 critics' reviews are positive, with an average rating of 6.2/10. The website's consensus reads, Director Alexandra Aja's latest horror offering boasts anxiety-inducing atmosphere and a committed performance from Halle Berry, although audiences will have to let go of some storytelling expectations to enjoy the ride. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 56 out of 100, based on 18 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of C+ on an A+ to F scale, while those surveyed by PostTrack gave it a 67% overall positive score. Potential future for. In September 2024, Berry confirmed the studio's plans to develop the film into a horror franchise. The actress expressed interest in the idea, while confirming that stories for a prequel and sequels had been written. Alexandra Aja's reputation has shifted in the years since his divisive 2004 film, High Tension. Many genre fans have come around to recognizing his undeniable skill with set pieces and tight locations. If you don't like Crawl, I don't know what to tell you. He returns this week with another single-setting piece. However, this one has a very different tone, unfolding as a parable, or several, centered on how far a mother will go to protect her children. Maybe. Well, that, and a few other things. Aja's directorial acumen remains top-notch, working with an ace tech team to elevate what's a pretty muddled screenplay this time. Just as you wrap your arms around what Never Let Go is saying or thematically symbolizes, it slips through your fingers. A hodgepodge of mental illness, trauma, overprotection, the existence of evil, and what feels like COVID allegories. Never Let Go fails by virtue of its competing ideas. It leaves too little to hold on to. Never Let Go unfolds almost entirely at a remote home occupied by only 3 people: an unnamed mother, Halle Berry, and her 2 sons, Nolan Percy Daggs and Samuel Anthony B. Jenkins. They have a number of rules that make the first act of Never Let Go feel like a variation on A Quiet Place, another tale of a family struggling against the evil surrounding their sanctuary. The main one is that they must stay tied to a rope, connected back to their cabin when they are out foraging for food or just experiencing the outdoors. Mom tells the boys of an evil that will infect them if they leave the rope behind. Whether the rope can be read as masks, vaccines for a family in lockdown during a pandemic, you decide. But only she can see this evil, one that takes the form of dead loved ones, like her abusive mother and awful husband. If it gets the chance, the evil will infect her or the boys,